Welcome back to Market Making Mondays, episode 13, I think. And in this video, we're going to do another weekly review. So you already know how it goes. Run my intro. Hey friends and new traders, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Matt and I teach day traders just like you how to become profitable by teaching different tips and strategies. With that being said, let's get into this one. Quick review of last week. It's just pretty much the same thing what happened the week before. Exactly what I said to the T. So last week, as you can see, I said price will most definitely come up to this weekly level right here. I had it marked off. It already hit it, and it has expanded much more further. And this level right here, I believe, is a 4-hour gap as well that I marked off. Yep, 4-hour gap, forever pay gap right here. And this level is just the 61. It's just the extension level. I just so my chart could be a little bit clean without having the Fibonacci. As you can see, it lines up with the 61.8. So that is just a Fibonacci level there that I have marked off with the yellow line. So real brief. So as you can see, price did make that low, or this low early on in the week. It actually gapped down on Sunday, and the price moved higher, like I said, taking out the high. And then I knew it was gonna come back and sweep the low. Like I said, it wasn't gonna go any more lower than this, further than this. So as you can see, it came down to the T, and yeah, so that was an entry. But unfortunately, I was not able to capture this move because I didn't see like a proper setup on the 15-minute or the hourly chart, which I like to see like engulfing candles. So say it was like second, so low to high. So as you can see, it barely touched it didn't even touch the 61 retracement if I zoom in on it. So I was not able to like capitalize off this move, unfortunately. So if you go down to the 1 hour, as you can see, that's not an engulfing candle. I like to see something engulf it or give me some type of indication that it's like weak. So even like a candle like this, if it was down here, I will be able to enter my trade. Same thing on the 15-minute. If I seen like an engulfing candle over here, then I would have been able to enter. But for the most part, the setup was like what I said was gonna happen happened. I could play back last week's footage and show you me saying exactly this was gonna happen. So run that footage real quick. Pretty solid trade setup, as you can see. If you guys just are patient and wait for the gap to be filled, or if you want, you could enter on the original pullback, the first pullback. But it might just, who's to say that it might not just come all the way down, fill in this gap, and then go higher. But this is a level of interest that I have. As you can see, there is a daily gap. And then even on the daily level, you can see too, right? We got this one level where that's where the gap begins on the daily level right there. So the market is going to want to come back and hit this level. Check on the 4 hour. As you can see, it lines up right there. So it's going to want to fill that void at some point next week, possibly towards the end of next week, which is always where the fire setups are, towards the end of the week. And we're back. So in situations like this, it's just best to just step away from the chart. If you miss it, if you see a big engulfing candle, you could hope for like a pullback right here when this happened. But obviously the market is on a tear to the upside, so I knew it was not going to come down anytime soon. So we still have this gap. So pretty much for next week, if the market does start to pull back at some point, either here or here, when it starts to pull back, we could see some type of retracement. For now, this is what I have. If it starts to pull back, it's possible that it could still continue going, but so for sure, next week, once again, there is a weekly level right here. And it is also confluence with this return candle as well. Return candles is like the last down candle. So every time you see the last down candle, this is a daily chart, by the way. So these down candles before the market takes off, it will always come back and hit it. So every time there was a down candle right here, it came back and hit it. Right here, came back and hit it. Right here, came back and hit it. Like this is just one candle. So it came back and hit the actual candle. So for this week, I'm expecting that move once again. So, and for targets, I have New Zealand dollar going much more higher than expected. Yes, this is a level of resistance, but I think that it's gonna pull back a lot more higher based off this weekly chart. We do have a gap up here as well that needs to be filled in. And we also have the descending trend line. So I think price will most likely come back more towards this descending trend line. And then once we fill in these gaps, we could possibly see movement back to the downside. So I think maybe for the rest of the year, we could possibly see up movement going into January. So that's my prediction for next week. So real quickly, once again, I'm expecting the market to pull back to this level. You might see like a stop right here, go higher. You zoom out. So you may see something like this once again, where it comes like this, goes higher, comes back down, taking out this low. It's possible, it is possible that it might even come back all the way down here, because it's just such a big gap. So I think it might possibly come back down here. But either way, all I gotta do is wait for, hopefully this week I got the reverse candle where I could say, okay, this is a perfect indication that I could get in on the actual trade. But other than that, that is my prediction for next week. So I'll pull back to the 61.8 or the 78.6, and then you can see a possible move higher. This is another gap that I have right here. And as you can see, for now, as I have it, the negative 27 does align with this gap that I have, which is a 1 hour gap. If I zoom out, you can see it. So that is a confluence of a level or a target that I'm looking for the market to hit next week. As you can see, the market just was one-sided, so it needs to fill in that gap. Another pair that I was looking at real quick was Euro New Zealand. So we do have this level right here, which the market is having a hard time breaking, as well as it's negative correlated with New Zealand USD. So whenever this pair is going up, New Zealand dollar is going down. So as you can see on the New Zealand dollar, you've seen that big gap. So I believe that this market is going to pull back since we do have that big gap. And I do believe that it's possible that it's going to come back to this level right here, which is a 15-minute gap. So taking out this high, filling in this gap, and then proceeding to go down to this weekly target, which I have right here, this weekly forever pay gap. So that's my prediction for the market next week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification buttons so you know exactly when these videos drop. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, evening, night, or whenever you decide to watch the video. I am out. Peace.